Wow. Lot of flowers, huh? I tried to come as fast I could, but the journey is long. Where is my note here? Somebody didn't keep that paper? I understand somebody has a birthday today. Oh, you? Oh my God, you are here. Happy birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old you are, right? Not supposed to. Well, anyway.
It's generally father, the unfulfilled state of mind. Father, the unfulfilled state of mind.
Now what I'm going to tell you, you have to take it with a little salt. I'm going to say, just sorry, it's not… The criteria that I'm a female, is not as simple as you take it. It is fee and male. There are two words. It is wo-man. But normally we say woman, female. We just say it doesn't mean anything. It's very unconscious expression. And in this unconscious expression, somehow, I do not know why, but somehow you have been told without man you are incomplete. Somehow. And you can call it years and years of doctrination, you can call it psychological merger, you can call it electromagnetic field and psyche, I can go on reasoning it for the rest of my night. I'm not, worried about that, but basically to be very complete. There is in you, and that's how it happens. First 3 years, a female child will only relate to mother, and from 3 years to 7 years, 4 years, she will like to relate to father. If that mother and father situation is not completed and fulfilling, there will be a gap, there will be a cavity which with hurt later on in the years. That's as simple as that. But the problem which we are going to discuss today is that in this modern society of today, where we are, no parents are raising children as normally it should have been. And especially from last 18 years, when I have made up my mind that no woman will be a chick, everybody will be eagle, and we will try to talk to you emotionally, with feelings, with education, with circumstances, psychological analysis, giving you the magnetic field and the attitude that in your firmness lies the grace. Sometime when I say that, you say, well, we'll let the men go scot-free and you get on the hot plate. That's not the attitude. Attitude is that you have to understand that the environments in which you are developing yourself as a woman, it cannot be emotionally done. That's the problem. I'm not saying that in society today woman is seeking totally different frontiers than I can even describe. But I do feel that ultimately, I'm not saying that there is no lesbian relationship, I'm not saying there's no sexual exploitation, I'm not saying anything. I'm just telling you that woman has become a piece of meat to be exploited, to be enjoyed, to be worked out, and all that stuff. But in reality, I mean, don't go to this Western phraseology. Just take yourself away from it and just bear with me a little pain. After all, what is a home? Give me a break. What is a home? I'm just asking a simple question. And what are children? What is a home? Without you, what exists? I can understand you can become an engineer, I can understand you are a doctor, I can understand you can be president. I'm not saying you can become the United Nations president and rule the whole world, biggest atom bomb and war and pilots. You can be anything. Now don't misunderstand me where I come from. And that's the problem. My entire problem in the United States is that I want the woman to understand just one thing, that without you, nothing exists. And if nothing exists without you, then you have to be very comprehensive. It cannot be this shanty job, this little thing, this little thing. I must say, it is not possible with the entire medical advancement that ever man will become pregnant. Period. You understand? Therefore, they will never bear child, and you will. And whatever you, from the day of conception to 120th day, from 120th day to deliver, whatever psychically, electromagnetically, through the communication, through your vibration, through your mental, whatever you want to call it, whatever you give, that is the foundation of a child. Okay, that's child. And whatever in psyche, in communication, in trust, in base, you give man, that's the man. Now this cannot be denied. This doesn't mean that you cannot be engineer. You can be as evil as you want to be, and you can be as divine as you want to be. There is nothing but you put it this way, put it that way, put it up, put it down, hate you, love you, divorce you, marry you, kill you, live you, whatever you do, you are still become, unfortunately, the pivot of the whole thing. Then if this is truth, then why not just make it good? I mean, divorce 200 men and hit 300 men and kill 200 men and find out 600 men and make love to 30,000 men and have boyfriend and touch nobody and see nobody, talk to nobody, you don't want this, you don't want... Go either way. But where are you going? Without you, the unit, what is called unit, family unit, there is no unit. If there is a eunuch, there is no unit. There is nothing without you. It's not possible. Every effort has been made to debar a woman, degrade her, make her slave. When there was a tribal war, all men killed, all women taken away as prisoners. Even then you were valuable. Look at the history of man. With one smile of yours, he can lay everything. With one frown of yours, he starts thinking insecure. Lord, that's all is the total. Now, you don't agree with it, I'm not pushing you for it, right? I mean, you never agree with me. 8 years, 9 years now I've been teaching and I'm saying the same thing. And you don't believe it. All this you do, the whole paraphernalia, is not necessary. What is necessary is you within you. I tell you what the scripture says. When a woman loses grace, the words go darkest. Simple line, eh? When you lose grace, the word goes, and when you shine, God excels. After all, when this was said by somebody very divine, it was a realization. Now for you, what will happen to me tomorrow, what will happen to me today, what will happen to me yesterday? Because the strength of the Father, the God, the Father, the psyche, when that is unfulfilled, it creates a great tragedy. I'm not saying it is not true. You know, it is not that I have not counseled you and I have not talked to you. And I also know how mean you can be if you want to. I'm not denying that. But just go with me this expression. I can't live with this man. I can't live with this man. What's wrong with it? He's just like my brother. When you say that, I know what you're saying. It means my intelligence is down through the drain. I'm not going to admit my fault. I'm going to do anything anymore. That's the end of it. Actually, there is no brother. How can you sleep with a brother for such a long time? I mean, you were a husband, you were loving him, you married him, you hugged him, you did the whole thing. And then you flip. And the pain which I go through is not what you cause by these words. The pain I go through is whenever we have discussed everything, very honestly, very openly, you never have any margin left for those children which you brought on this earth. You never count hugs, you never count kisses, you never count the good days, good conversation, anything good. What you bring out is, it's over, it is done, I can't do this, I can't have it. And you know, already you're showing me the burnt pot, and on the other hand, you are already cooking somewhere else. And that's called double face of the Eve. Now that is not you. That's called fundamental insecurity. Can you tell me, is there anybody sitting here who cannot communicate and make things get well? No, many of you say no. Because the life, the home, the marriage is not based on logic, reason and argument. It is based on trust. There is nothing more evil than a woman when she loses trust. Take it for granted. And not trust in the man, trust in yourself. When you lose trust in your own dignity, when you lose trust in your own grace, when you lose trust in your own power, in your own psyche, there's nothing to it. You don't have to pull a gun and tell somebody to stand up, hands up, and turn around or freeze. You just look at somebody with these two bulletly eyes, you know. Just, if somebody just is neurotic, just say, what? You? I can't expect it. Just this much. See how the guy sweats? This yelling and screaming and being neurotic and playing those kind of horrible games is for men. True. You don't agree with me, it's okay. The short temper is man's trait. God didn't give you short temper. God made you, whether you can bear a child or not, whether you are pregnant or not, whether you are going to have children or not, whether you get married or not, whether you want to be a single girl, I'm not discussing all that. In your manufacturing unit, patience, grit, tolerance, grace are there. It is in you. Because it has to be in you, because you are made in to be a mother. Potential. Practical or potential, whatever. Your hormones, your nervous system, your biorhythm, your psyche is made in a very special way. Now, not to recognize that that is a woman is the biggest blunder on the earth. I'm not saying, I'm not asking you not to take a revolver, shoot somebody if you want to, go ahead. You know, but it doesn't fit you. Vengeance, anger, fighting, being physical, I'm not saying that's a weakness. That should be your last resort. You should be well trained, artistically trained in handling the life. Life is an art which is to be lived as a science. That is the motion of a successful woman. You don't have to be successful. You are successful, just don't create bum situations. No woman has to do anything just to avoid ugliness. There are certain characteristics you have to understand. Your enemies are paranoia, worst enemy. It will squeeze you to death. It will take away your adrenals, it will give you a bad time, it will give you nightmares, my God. Your enemies is your paranoia, your enemy is your insecurity. And your enemy is your belittleness. When you feel, not anybody tells you, I don't agree what anybody tells you and what you tell others, but when you feel you are nothing, that is a mess which starts and it will never end. That's the biggest blunder of your life if you ever can create. You know, it's very funny. One day somebody came to me and said, do you know, sir, something? I said, what? You really don't know? I said, no. What is the problem? I am 40-year-old. I said, then what? I'm going to say, I'm over the hill. I said, then don't give the gas. Keep going. Over the hill, drive is free. You don't have to use the engine. I mean, it's not serious. I say, about what? I said, why don't you feel happy? You're 40-year wise, 40-year mature, 40-year experience. You have seen many moons and many suns. You have seen ups and downs. You have reached a stage, and moreover, you're 40-year and you are alive. There are people who die at 39. They never see 40th year. You mean it is positive? I say, yeah. How many cavities you got in your teeth? She said, none. I said, you're lucky. Normally at 40 people have lost few teeth, a lot of cavities, God knows what. You know, there is something given to you that when you are old, you are no good. What happened? When 40 years, what happened? Your brain jump out of you and fall into the drain? What happens? Why it has been so that only lust is your life? Why not it is true that light is your life? You are the light. Your touch, your feeling, your saying, your word, your nursing, your being is nothing but light of God. Why can you not understand that? Tell me, why your one good sentence, one good saying, one peaceful projection from you, it can change the life of anybody. Why you barter your grace for this dust? I like to know. You know, you have to realize, in this country, statistically, to run this country, we need 4 divorces. You know, double refrigerator, double curtains, double home, alimony, child support, God knows what. It's all economic jungling, but that's what they say. Productivity. Plus, woman has been used always for exploratory purposes, right? Understand? With all that negativity, you were not given the right of vote, you have to fight, you have to change yourself. I will go with you, or I go along, it doesn't matter. But I'm asking in the end, is United States be what it is today without females, without women? Has men, because of the modern technology, started giving birth to babies? Have your emotional coincident has been replaced by man's own ego? Is that true? So where do you go wrong? There is nothing wrong in you except you undermine yourself. The greatest psychoanalyst of you, which brings pain and misfortune and misery to you when you need sympathy or attention to apathy. You put yourself down. Moment a woman put herself down, she does one thing, she forgets the existence of God. You don't need anybody's strength. You are the prayer and you are the power. I'm trying to invoke in you the fundamental light which you are. I'm not taking away from you your human values, negative or positive. I'm saying, along with your career, along with your education, along with your domestic and economic growth, please develop yourself. Each woman has to develop herself along with all other facets. If you are a businesswoman, you are a professional woman, you are a housewife, you are a beloved, you are a lover, you are a girlfriend, you are on a date. When you go on a date, understand where the pit is. And just remember certain things. If you are married, be on date. Profile is just date your husband, that's all. Once you get married, you forget dating him, then he'll start getting out and dating something else. Now this is what the study of the mankind brings into surface, that woman is a caliber. Woman is not an individual, woman is not a person, woman is not a meat, woman is not a sex. The problem is that woman has been associated with sex in and out so much, nothing else fits in these days. You know what I mean? Sometimes you go New York, on the walls they do those writing with the cans, you know, you even don't see a house, you see all that ringworms all over, God knows what they write. But this is what woman has been symbolized and symbolicalized and meant to be, is all sex. Actually, sex is nothing but the sixth sense which you can make. Because reproductivity is in your hand. Seeding is in the hands of man. And I believe that if all of you can reach out, each one can have that grace in the psychology of the woman. Once that grace come in, everything will be all right. The war men cannot stop. Third World War men cannot stop. It is not in their cells. Woman can. Man can love a child, but doesn't go through the labor pain. He doesn't know what is, he doesn't have any practical experience. What is to bear a child? How rotten a woman may be and how great she may be, but she knows what it means to carry a child 9 months. Man doesn't have any experience. So what are you going to expect out of him? The solution in this earth is not in the hand of a man. Solution on this earth is in the hand of a woman and in her psyche. I don't mind you should look beautiful. I said dress up, be beautiful, for God's sake be wise too. What is the idea to be very beautiful and dumb? Huh? What's the idea in that? What I'm trying to tell you is very simple. I'm trying my best to educate you. If I can carry this mission for a few years more, it's fine. If they take me away, promise that you will carry this. Because in a country where woman is not respected, in a nation where woman is not wise, in a home where a woman is not firm, there's a lot of pain. I don't care what you Western think, or what the Eastern think, or what the Northern think, or the Southern think. I believe very firmly the woman is the grace of God. And in spite of all the experience I have to go through, it has not changed. And you understand what I'm saying to you. With one smile, you can save a lot of crockery in the house. What are you doing? What is going on? Have you seen this when they go bananas? Yeah? Lunch is not ready, dinner is not ready, telephone, they come out. They do not know which screw is loose and which part is over, and you know that situation. And all you have to say is smile and say, my love, could you please sit down? I have something for you. And take a piece of cake and shove in his mouth. That's it. That's all. A donut or something. Allah, when they come, they're nervous. You have to realize the man who goes 7 o'clock and punches card about 8 o'clock and comes back bumper to bumper by 9 o'clock, and in spite of the fact, look at this injustice, in spite of that, you have also gone and you have worked. When he comes home, he expects heavens. Huh? So in reality, you have also gone at the same time, he has gone the same time. You draw $500 or $2,000 a month more than he, that may be a situation. I'm not saying not. Access to anything. But when this guy will come home, he expects to be nursed, taken care of, and everything should be sweet and heavenly. Can you believe this nut? And you say, my God, what I am, a machine, a robot? What I am? What I am? What is he? What is me? Me, he, me, he, me. The truth is, in his cells, 10 trillion cells multiplied by 3, he needs comfort from you, which nature has given you, not him. Have you seen a sexy man? Huh? When they go out on a sexy trip and their juice start moving, then you maybe that day not even taken a bath. You look so darling and so beautiful and you're wonderful, and he goes around and around and around. You know what I mean? And when there's no juice going, what are you doing? What are you getting ready for? Who you are telephoning? The same man. And you get confused. You get so confused. You want to take a hell out of him, what the hell this man is. No! Remember, it's not the body. It is the psyche. It's the reaction of the psyche. Hey, you don't have to weep. You are a man too. Your reaction of the psyche is very important than your self. Just remember this. This is the one phenomena which you have to understand. woman's psyche must react with the psyche of the man. It is not the body's. But unfortunately, in all these thousands years, it is the physical grossness of the sex. Who does to what who? You know, all these husbands tell me, sir, when the ladies go to the ladies camp, they come up very fine, and after 3 months they are not fine anymore. I say, why not? When they come, they're fine, they come, keep them fine. No, but when you go home, you do understand the subtleness of you. But through the reaction and the rhythms, this subtleness is lost. Just remember, your subtleness and your subtle existence is more powerful than your physical grossness. Your creative nature, doesn't matter how bad and good you are, that doesn't make any sense. What makes sense is how subtle and how effective you are. How good and how projective you are. How much balm and help you can give the wounds, not how many wounds you can cause. How much you can heal, not how much you can deal. Do you hear me? Your one touch to the child can give that child the strength that that child can excel. Your one denial can totally make that child nothing forever. That is how powerful you are. Within this chaos, which is America, I'm trying to seek out your heart and head to understand that through all the pain and the tragedy, we shall have one child which can give the newness to this world of ours. A one saint can come with your one prayer. Because you are the power. Suppose there is no earth. Where is what we are discussing? So, you are the ultimate answer. I'm not saying there's no evil. I'm not saying there's no goodness. I'm not saying there's no divine. I'm not saying there's no devil. I'm not saying into all the politics of it. What I'm saying right now is, in your caliber, there is a consciousness. In that consciousness, there is a caring being. In that caring being, there is a God. That's all I'm saying. Look to your vastness, look to your bigness, look to your totality. Don't look to your this little things. There's nothing you can achieve by flirting. There is everything you can achieve by formation. if your behavior formation is very psychologically in length, cozy, calm, wise, cool, you have the total strength in the palm of your hand. What I'm saying is, you can destroy anything you want, and you can nurse anything you want. Psychoanalysis of the nourishment of the mother, the woman, and the being. That's what I'm going to discuss tomorrow. And have you done that paper?
Yes, sir.
Is all ready?
Yes, sir.
You are so good student, you do the homework? Haha. Okay, do me a favor, put those papers with Satkarpal Kaur. We'll assess them, okay? And now, I will not leave you right now, I'll ask you to just meditate in a very simple posture. And this posture is, it is called Shiv Kriya. Shiv Kriya is a very unique method denied to women. Can you believe this religious word? This Shiv Kriya which you are doing and I'm going to tell you to do is denied to a woman. No woman is ever allowed to do it. Look at these great Hindus. I can't believe it. You know, my tragedy is in India they think I am a rebel because I am doing things which according to them cannot be done. And here I am a rebel because I am doing things which Americans don't like. They say, he's making the chicks the eagle. How come? Do we mean? Well, anyway, let us see what happens. The left hand, the thumb, make the fist, hold in the right hand, hold like this, and in the heart. Now, I have only chest, you don't have that. Okay, what I mean? So, if the breast is bigger, that does not mean, some of you are really ridiculous. If that's what the God has given you and you feel this is something extraordinary, you have not to deal with it. And majority of you just this hump walk, you know. That's terrible, that put all the pressure to the neck, it creates lot of loss of memory, it takes lot of headaches and all that stuff. Sit straight, please. And take the left hand, hold it like this, right hand, make these two fists and hold it automatically under the this rib cage here. The hands will hold that mother instinct, that each side of the breast in a very angular. It can be totally perfect, right? And please, this is how you breathe. And through the nose, put the tape on, Pierre. And feel that you are a divine unit.